so much, Jocelyn. So, good afternoon, everyone. Wonderful to be here. And we just wanted to say a huge introduction for Dr. Vijay Kumar, my colleague. As you said, Jocelyn, we are senior psychologists working in risk management, health and safety and wellbeing directorate, Department of Education and Training. So, today we want to share with you the self-awareness model that Vijay's worked so hard to create. So today we're at the Happiness Conference, but let's talk for a moment about suffering. As Petria King and other wonderful theorists with us today have spoken about, suffering is part of life. As humans, we all suffer, don't we? So there's many ways we can use to alleviate this suffering, and one of them is acceptance and commitment therapy, which helps us to understand that suffering just needs to be accepted, and then we can start to move forward. So Vijay's self-awareness model builds upon this, utilising psychological strengths such as goal setting and visualisation to help us to take action and move forward and create meaningful and inspiring lives. Over to you.
I'll take that, Kathy. Thank you so much. Today, I thought I'll share my story. It is some of my struggles that I've had, and also what I actually did about those struggles. This was me. 20 years ago, and that was me for about 10 years. For 10 years, it was a struggle. During that time, I developed chronic chest pains. I had sleep issues. Every night for 10 years, and this is from about 2002 to about 2012. For about 10 years, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, around 1:30 to 2 a.m. every night, and I couldn't go back to sleep. During this time, I had panic attacks as well. I remember once in the middle of the night, I woke up, and I didn't want to go back to sleep because I thought I would die if I go back to sleep. So it was a struggle. And around 2008, that's last 5 years of that 10 years, I actually went and saw 4 different cardiologists. I'd go to the first one, he'd say, "No, Vijay, you're good." I was convinced that something was wrong with me. I'd go see another GP, get another referral, and go and see another cardiologist. By the time I got to the third one, I realized that it may be psychosomatic pains. See, I'm a psychologist. But that didn't help me either. And now, I guess, when I reflect back, I realize that it could be due to maybe at the deep subconscious level that I was in turmoil, and I didn't understand it then. But there was help. Now, in 2012, I decided to do PhD, and I was past 50. I was in my 50s. And I thought, hey, hang on, I'm struggling. Might as well make something out of it. Let's see if I can use distraction therapy and do something. So I enrolled for PhD with Professor Herb Marsh as my primary supervisor. And I looked at building mental strengths. I was a football coach as well, so I thought looking at building mental strengths for the athletes. How can they overcome their adversities and go and perform well on the field? And I also looked at the effects of this mental skills training outside of the sports performance. And this is where it was really amazing thing that came from these results. The overall results was that there was improved performance from the athletes. Oh, by the way, this research, the fieldwork was based in Fiji. It's a train-the-trainer model. I actually trained the coaches who were the school teachers to run this program with their school teams. And remarkable results. The teachers found that the kids' behaviors improved, and then they actually took this model into their classrooms, the mainstream classrooms, and they reported to me that these kids or the students' academic performance improved, their raw marks improved, their classroom behaviors improved. And the teachers took this on board themselves, and they said they were able to manage their own emotions as well, handle the stresses and the pressures the school had. And that was remarkable, and I can see why. The 4 strategies that I used was goal setting, relaxation, visualizing, and self-talk. Now, I'll go through some of it very, very briefly, but I thought what I might do is explain which is the most relevant one to me, maybe a little bit in depth. So to do the logistics of this research back in Fiji, I came across, this was in early 2013, I came across an ad in the papers, and that had relaxation and meditation course from Art of Living, and this was by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, who was their guru, and he had some teachers coming to Fiji who were running this program. So I said, okay, I'll enroll in this. I might be able to pick up some strategies to build my model that I was going to test in that for my PhD. And if you look at the picture on the right at the top, that is one of those components. This is the 3-stage pranayama. This is 3 stages of breathing. The second one at the bottom is Bhastrika, which is bellow breathing. And the third one was a rhythmic breathing. And this was what it was all predominantly just breathing for about 15 minutes. It was a 20-hour course. When I did this course, towards the end of that, I had a remarkable transformation. The chest pain that I had gone. Amazing. That heaviness that I had in my head, it was really heaviness. The cloud had lifted. I kind of felt free for the first time in about 10 years. So I thought, why not I meet the man who actually did this, who organized this? And I found out that he was going to go to Bali to run some meditation courses. I flew to Bali just to see the man who had made such a big transformation in my life. I did some advanced meditation courses, and also I followed him to India and to the ashram and so forth. But that was much later. During this time, I kind of realized that what really worked was the continuous practice that I was doing, these breathing exercises. And also I incorporated the other aspects of my model, which was self-talk, visualizing, and goal setting into my practice. And you know what happened last night? In fact, early this morning, I woke up around 4 a.m. because I've got some slides over there to explain that. And I thought, maybe instead of talking, how about we have an experiential learning? So whatever I did in my practice and what helped me and moved me forward, how about if I share that with you and maybe you can actually see and experience it for yourself? How about that? Yes? Okay. All right. So what I'm going to ask you to do, the first part maybe is a bit awkward. It's 3 stage, and while you're sitting, it might be awkward. But let's improvise. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, some of you maybe just move forward. And does those arms lift or? It doesn't. Okay, just move forward a little bit. And improvise it. It's a box breathing with a count of 4 in, with a count of 4 hold, with a count of 4 or 6 out. So putting your hand over here on your waist, what really it does, it works on your belly. It's a belly breathing. It works on your parasympathetic system. The second part will be, you'll have your hands on the armpit. If you're bumping onto each other, you can drop it. That's fine. And that's working on the sides. So notice the feeling on the sides. And the third one is where you put your hands behind on your shoulder blade, and that works on your chest. That also works on your sympathetic nervous system. So once you finish that, I'd like you to keep your eyes closed after you finish that, and I'll run through you the other things that I've incorporated in my life. So I'll run it as we go along. Okay, it's like a reflective practice or mindful meditation. All right. So nice relax, please. And whenever you want to see me, that's fine. You can always close your eyes when you know what's happening. So with your hands by the side, belly breathing. And with my count, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do it one more time. Taking a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And relax your arms. Now we go to the second stage. And this time when you do the breathing, I want you to also, if you got your eyes closed, just feel the pressure or feel the sensation around your rib cage as well. So with my count, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do it one more time. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And relax your arm. The third one, your hands behind on your shoulder blade, elbows pointing towards the ceiling if you can. And I want you to, when you have your eyes closed, feel the pressure on the top of your chest. With my count, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Do it again. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax your arm, palms facing up, eyes closed, palms facing up. And relax, catch your breath. Bring your attention to your breath. Notice the air as you breathe in through your nostril, and feel the air as it comes out of your nostrils. Now I'll talk through you with the next part. What happens is, as you are meditating or you're wanting to be quiet, thoughts come in your mind. Sometimes these are the thoughts that you don't want. One of the ways I have handled this is by saying, and you can do that, stop. this is my quiet time, and I'll address this later. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, when I wake up in the middle of the night, now what I say, this is my time to sleep, I will address this in the morning when I get up. So you are giving permission to yourself. And if you keep doing this over a period of time, your mind will start working for you. Keeping your eyes closed, we are doing meditation. It's a mindful meditation. I'm sharing the knowledge, skills that work for me. Sometimes the thoughts and the emotions can be very strong, and it lingers in your mind. We can use the diffusion technique, which I learned from Dr. Russ Harris, and I did acceptance and commitment therapy training. Visualize these emotions and the thoughts. A clear picture, putting it on the leaf that is floating down the stream. Let it get out of sight. As it gets out of sight, that's where letting go happens. That's where detachment happens as well. Same thing happens when we become very feverish about the goals and the desires that we have. Things that we want in our life. Yes, you can have them, but let's do it in a way where we can handle that as well. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is think of the goal that you want, something in 6 months' time or 3 years' time or whenever. Get a very clear picture of the goal or the desires. See it that you have achieved it, very clear, in detail. And then letting it go into the space. Let the winds, very gentle winds, disperse it into the space and let it go. People believe in abundance. Let the universe work for you. And I'll finish with what my Guruji says. There is abundance, but if you want that to manifest your goals, you've got to follow a step, which is intentions. Why do you want that? What you want and why do you want this? Attention is the next one. Paying attention to your intentions is actually nurturing it. And then letting it go for it to manifest for you. I'm out of time. Open your eyes very gently. So instead of putting up the slides, I've used the self-talk, the visualizing, and setting goals. And letting it go is where the detachment happens. Whether it's a negative thought or it's a positive thought, doesn't matter. And that's where you can free yourself a bit as well. And I incorporate this in my daily life. And that's what's helped me move forward. Thank you so much.